Mm. Said no. Hello. I really do. Comments. No comments. Okay. Mmm. So Into You and Feel the Fire, remix done by the late great Richard Earl Pegee. That is, of course, from his studio. He did that on a reel to reel tape deck and using a turntable. Amazing. Amazing guy, I tell you. I miss him. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed, but never to sleep, with the greatest love songs of all time. Hello to Sister Teresa. Thank you so much for checking in. I appreciate it. I missed you on Saturday at my birthday party. We had such a good time. Once again, thank you to everybody who showed up and showed out. And speaking of birthdays, happy birthday to my niece Ariana, also known as Shoo Shoo. Today is her birthday as well. Sagittarius, Capricorn, both born in December. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. And speaking of birthdays, once again, this Friday is actually my birthday, December 23rd. So I'm still celebrating. So if you guys want to send me some birthday money, I really would appreciate it, since I had to spend $500 on my van. But that's another story. It's through Zelle at my phone number, 773-519-1223. Mmm. What's happening, the Sister Teresa? Mmm. What is Al eating tonight? I'm almost ashamed to say. It's beans out of a can. I guess I was at my limit today. I pulled out $500 today from my account to pay for my van. Transmission and all that stuff. So every time I tried to use my cards today, it declined me. I'm like, okay, so I went to get a Subway sandwich tonight, declined. Luckily, I had a little cash on me. So that was about it. But, it is what it is. So I am not complaining at all. Thanks to the kindness of strangers, I guess. I got like one of those care packages where they had like, it's a dried milk that you make with water, a couple of cans of this, a couple of cans of that. So, it was pork and beans without the pork. So that worked out real fine. So, once again, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining at all. Could have been worse. Could have been no cans of nothing. So, yep. Bon appetit. Wish I had some crackers to, make it a little bit thicker. Mm. I had a taste of something with tomato in it. Like spaghetti or lasagna or something like that. So this kind of took care of my craving. Yep, very much so. Took care of it. Mm. And of course, I doctored it up with a little hot sauce, so that kind of helped. I was trying to get my hair cut. I kept calling the barber shop. It kept going to the voicemail. And I said, I'd like to make an appointment because they told me I can only come in, you know, if I made an appointment. Well, guess what? I made an appointment and they still haven't called me. I'm like, okay, I'll cut it myself. I don't care. I keep my money. Leverette, y'all don't want my money? Okay, cool. Yep. I'm like, cool. Anyway, what's going on with you guys? Let me find me some crackers. This needs to be doctored up just a little bit more. Oh, I found a spoon. Okay. We cooking with gas. Yep. So my I'm about to say my mechanic. Good Lord. So my landlord came in here. He said, I'm gonna fix your radiators. I'm gonna bleed your radiators. I said, oh, okay, cool. You know, he's like the radiator in your dining room. That's normally the hottest one. So that should heat up, you know, that whole spot. I'm like, oh, okay. So I came in this evening. It was nice and little. It was toasty in here. It wasn't toasty enough for me to take my clothes off, but toasty enough for me to only use one space heater. And that, of course, is the one in the bedroom because there is no radiator in that bedroom at all. I'm like, okay, cool. So the space heater that he gave me, it's just, man, that sucker heats up real good. So, you know, once again, get no complaints out of me. You know, I ain't one of those tenants that's always complaining. Well, this ain't working and this ain't working and this ain't. And I'm like, not me. You know, unless it gets really unbearable. Yeah, you know, but it hasn't gotten to that point yet. Yep, yep, it hasn't gotten unbearable yet. Anyway, yeah, but I was gonna do DoorDash, but you know, the only way I can use my account is to give them my account number. So, ah, oh well. It is what it is. You Anyway, did I get the car? Yes. I got my van back. I didn't go after that Tahoe because, you know, it just, you know, if it's too good to be true, then 9 times out of 10 it is. So I left it alone. I said, nah, I'm going to wait. And sure enough, my van was ready this morning. They open at 8 o'clock. So my buddy Percy calls me at 7 o'clock in the morning. Now, for those who know me, I don't get up that early. I don't have to be at work until 11 o'clock, which is cool for me. No, I didn't get the eBay car. No, no, sir. I got my van back. Uh, all my van needed was a transmission. My buddy, he found the transmission. He took it to a transmission place on Western, and they put it in for $550. The transmission was $350. So, needless to say, I had to get up this morning, go to the bank, get the money, give it to him so he could take it because, he used to work for Amico, which was the transmission place. So I guess they gave him a discount. So I gave him the money. He went in there and did the deal. So all is well. I called the insurance company to get it insured. So I'm insured with the General. They had a big old picture of Shaq on their website. So, yep. So I'm good. I'm good to go. No problems here. Came back home after I got the van, laid down and went to sleep. Got back up, went to VON, and the van rode nicely on the expressway. So that's all I needed. So there was only one problem though. The side door on the van kept coming open. So, I tied it up with a bungee cord. But I need to get another one to make it even tighter so it won't, fly open when I hit the corner. But once again, all is well. All is well. I'm making these beans look really good, aren't I? Yeah. Chris Bass. What's going on, Bass? Have you interviewed anybody else that I like? I see you interviewed Pastor Donovan. And it's funny because he called VON the other day. He said, this is Pastor Donovan. I said, well, this is Dr. Greer. He's like, what's up, man? His voice changed. He's calling, he's all official. This is Pastor Donovan Price. I said, this is Dr. Al Greer. Oh, man, what's up? His voice went way up. I'm like, what's up, man? What's up, man? What's going on, Pastor? What's going on? Known Donovan ever since he was little. Was he ever little? Anyway, you know what I mean. La, 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 la. Denise Williams and Silly right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Saying hello to Preston Shanks, also to Chris Bass. I was asking Chris off the air. I was like, did you interview anybody that I liked recently? Recently, he interviewed Pastor Donovan Price. And I've known Donovan for a long time. He used to hang around GCI back in the day. That's how I met him. He's a real good guy. I didn't know he was Pastor Donovan Price because he called WVON the other day. And I answered the phone. It's like, WVON, your name, please. This is Pastor Donovan Price, calling for Kimberly Agoin. I said, this is Dr. Al Greer, answering the phone. And his voice went with, hey, man, what's going on? Hey, man, it was kind of cool. He said, what are you doing now? I'm like, working. Well, why else would I be at an AM station but working? That's what I do. Anyway, it was good to talk to him for the brief moment that I had him on the phone. And after that, of course, he went into full pastor mode, which is kind of cool. He says, Chris Bass says, Donovan does a weekly segment on your Baseline show. That is great. That is great. He deserves everything that he gets. He's a really nice guy. Like I always say, I don't have too many friends in radio. Chris Bass is like one of them, okay? And the other night at George Daniels' party, I ran into another one, Crazy Howard McGee. Yeah, you know, we're buddies. Crickets, anyway. Yeah, right. That was that list of people that I didn't like that Chris Bass interviewed. I'm like, what you want to interview him for? He said, I interviewed you. I'm like, okay. Well, me in the category with him, man. Come on now. Anyway, good evening, Ronnie. How are you? And to all, thank you so much once again for joining me on Bedtime Stories. Here's the first of two in a row from Renee and Angela. This is My First Love on Bedtime Stories. What's up, Fox? Look what I'm eating, Fox. I found 2 cans of beans in the pantry. Like, say good, starve. Yep. I opened up 2 cans of, I was lucky that I had a can opener. I'm like, wow. Reminds me of my old bachelor days over on 78th and Cornell and 63rd and Ada and 61st and Laughlin. And where else did I live that I was a single bachelor trying to make it? It's so good too. I put some hot sauce in it. I cracked up, put some crackers in there. Oh man. Tastes almost like steak. Chris Bay said, Dr. Al Greer and the people he hates. That should be a segment on your show. And now Chris Bass interviews people that Al Greer hates. We have here another person that Al Greer really hates. And that is, he was the program director of WGCI. Here's Elroy Smith. Elroy, did you know that Al Greer really hates you? I know that's a bad impersonation of you, Bass. I know. But first of all, I know, right? Estabano 99. What's going on? Man, when you're hungry, everything tastes like steak, man. I hated I had to leave my Subway sandwich there. I thought he declined. Okay, here's another one. I declined. He declined. He rolled that thing around as him taking your sandwich back. I'm like, hope you enjoy it. Now, if the black guy had still been there at the Subway, I probably would have gotten a sandwich, or the black girls who used to work there. And he turned that sucker around. I'm like, man, you ain't going. I can come back and give you the money. It's only what, $7 for a damn sandwich. Won't be going back there. But everything should be cool tomorrow, right? I reached my $500 limit. And then my other account, they haven't sent my new card. So the only thing is, the only thing I can do is Zelle people. Sucks. Yeah, I can send you money, but I can't do nothing else. I can't send myself money. I can't sell myself any money. I was like, you want to take Zelle? I don't know what that is. I don't know no Zelle. Okay. Mm-mm. Yeah, and he should have just gave me the damn sandwich. I'm like, really? You're not gonna give me the sandwich? Mm-mm. He said something to his boy in Spanish. I'm like, okay, you lucky I don't speak Spanish that well. And that was it. Like, thank you very much. You think I'm playing, Fox? No, I'm serious. Mm-hmm. Beans and no pork. Yep. Warmed them up in the microwave. Mm-mm. If I was thinking, I'd have got me some hamburger helper and a pound of turkey. All I have in my refrigerator, and get this, and don't judge me, all that's left in my refrigerator is food from Thanksgiving. Somebody said, don't you eat that food in that, that refrigerator from Thanksgiving. Not unless you put it in the freezer. Man, I got so many plates. I ate so much dressing, it was coming out of my ears. So I'm pretty much done now. For Thanksgiving was a month ago. Oh man. I'll bring you some chicken tortilla soup and a Chef Fox crispy chicken sandwich tomorrow. Meanwhile, tonight, yep, but tonight it's and beans. Not even pork and beans, it's just and beans. Mm-hmm. And snacks. Yeah, I still have snacks. I still have 2 bags of Cheetos. So I tell you, it's hard out here for a pimp. But I got my van back. Yep. But it was just your food poison. That's all I have left. Yep. This is it. Good morning, Estabano. Hmm. Well, it took care of my craving for something tomatoey, besides putting hot sauce on everything. So that did it. Yep. Boy, I tell you, I miss having a woman. I tell you, preparing for the fart marathon at the Greer residence. Well, I look at it this way. I'm by myself, so I can always open a window and point my ass out. No, it's too cold to do that. They keep talking about this snowstorm. It's a snowstorm coming. I'm like, no stuff. It's wintertime. Yeah. So I know. Yep. So I don't even worry about it anymore. I just don't. So yeah, I just be hungry. That's all. You know. Yep. But things could be worse. There couldn't have been no cans of anything in the in the cupboard. Don't kill the wildlife. Two in a row from Renee and Angela. You don't have to cry, at least not by yourself. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. And later on tonight, it'll be your fart brother, Dr. Al Greer. I just had 2 cans of beans because that's all I had. I went to the Subway sandwich shop and all my cards were declined. I'm like, wow. I just took out $500 today from my account, right? Which I guess there's a $500 limit per day. So that was it. I'm like, okay, well, could be worse. Those 2 cans of beans saved my life. It reminds me of that movie, Blazing Saddles, where they were all sitting around the campfire eating beans. And that's what's going to be happening here at the Greer residence inside at the penthouse tonight. Al, you smell like you want to be alone, brother. Yes, I do. And not by choice either. Here's Lakeside and Bullseye. Mm, mm, mm. Mm, mm. Bullseye, you hit me. Mm, 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 mm. What's wrong, Ronnie? Mm-mm. Thank you, Estabano. God bless you too. Thank you. Yep, it is. It's rough. It's. Hey, Gloria, Gloria Simmons, ladies and gentlemen. How's your husband doing? Hope he's doing better from last time. Thank you so much for coming down to Williams Inn Pizza the other night. She had no idea I was going to be there. It's like, um, they just walked in. I'm like, hey, hey guys. I'm so mad at Gloria that she didn't have a girl. It's like, Rod, her son, is just like the spitting image of her. And I'm like, you should have had a girl. you know, you said you should have had a pretty girl like yourself. But he's a handsome guy, and he just, he when I see him, he got nothing but love for me. Hey, what's going on? I'm like, oh man, it was so good to see you all that night at Williams Inn. As it gets closer and closer to the holidays, I kind of get, you know, I get a little misty. Um, I did get a phone call though. I got a phone call from my brother Glenn, who's down south. He's like, I said, so when you coming home, bro? He said, no time soon. I hear you all are looking for snow. I'm not looking for it. It's coming. So Glenn and I talked for a while, and you know, uh, he asked me, was I okay, and this, that, and the other. I said, I'm okay. He said, I know how you get because uh, Mom being gone and everything else. I said, yeah, well, it is what it is. It's always that way around this time of the year. So, I still haven't gotten, thank you, Ken. I still haven't gotten used to my mom not being here. Now, most people are like, their parents have been gone for years, and you just deal with it. But it's still new to me because I've always had both parents. You know, I've always had both parents, so it's just kind of hard. But anyway, I'm not going to dwell on that. Last night, George Daniels had his birthday party. Um, Thank you for the invitation to Alderman Stephanie Coleman, who just happens to be my alderman over here in Inglewood. I really appreciate it. Of course, I didn't get a chance to see her. DJ Carl Dobbins came and swooped me up at around 8 o'clock so that I could get home and do the bedtime story show. So big ups to DJ Carl Dobbins. Thank you so much for the rescue. Because I was like, I'll be damned if I take another Uber or Lyft or nothing. The other night I took, who was that? I didn't even know these people still were in business. Jet Livery. That's a blast from the past. It was $10. I'm like, ooh, that's a blast from the past for real. $10 Jet Livery over on 71st in Michigan. I remember when I didn't have a vehicle and I was working at GCI and somebody said, call Jet Livery. I'm like, what's a Jet Livery? So I would call them and they would pick me up from downtown, take me back to the south side. Everything was cool back then. And it was still $10. I'm surprised with Lyft and Uber and all these other ride sharing applications and businesses and stuff. I'm surprised that Jet Livery was still in business. I lucked up because somebody mentioned Jet Livery. I'm like, they still in business? Yeah. I said, oh, okay. So the other night I got stuck at WBGX over on 59th and what is it, 56, 50, 56, 59, Michigan. Well, anyway, wherever it is, I got stuck. So I called Yellow Cab, nothing. My cards, once again, weren't working. So I couldn't get a lift. And I had no money on me, nothing. I called Jet Livery. I'm like, do you all take credit cards? And they were like, no. So they came and got me anyway. And the guy was African. I said, sir, I don't have the cash on me, but if you allow me to run upstairs, I have cash in my house. I said, I promise you, I ain't going nowhere. Yeah. Yep, Jet Livery used to be on 80th and King Drive, the same ones. Yeah. So I got home. I went to bed. That was that Monday or Saturday, Sunday night, Monday morning. I was like, thank you, Jesus. I ran upstairs, brought back down that 20. He gave me my 10 back. I said, sir, I appreciate this, because I know some people, are not honest. I would have just stiffed you on the $10. I said, I might need you in the morning. And that was it. So Jet Livery. Sky and Real Love right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to Ken Wadlington. Thank you so much, Ken. I know you didn't find that truck. That was like, they took it down, I think. And then there was another truck that was the same as the other one. It was a Chevy Tahoe, but they wanted like 1,200 for it. The other one wanted 800 for it. So the 800 didn't sound, it sounded too good to be true. But the one for 1200, that sounded more like that. So I'm like, okay. So at least I have a choice. So once again, I will be saving up my money to get another vehicle. I got my van back this morning. The transmission is in there. It's running fine. The heat is like, it almost ran me out of the van. The only thing is the side door on the van kind of won't close. So, I got the bungee cord. I got it, way, it runs. What can I say? It runs. So I'm good. Hello to Gloria Simmons. Thank you so much for gracing us with your presence the other night over at Williams in Pizza. I wasn't expecting that. That was a pleasant surprise. It's always good to see you, Gloria, because, between you and me, you just don't age, do you? She looks the same way. And I got to tell her, and she's probably going to blush when I say this. I remember when she was a barmaid at the Taste Entertainment Center when she was first getting started before her and the boss man got married. And it was like, I said, one of these days, I'm going to marry a woman that looks just like you. She was like, here, take your drink, boy. Here's Luther on Bedtime Stories. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Woo, Lord. But where's that song at? Ah, there it is. Okay, cool. There we go. But it was just, when you walked through the door, I was like, oh my God. You know. And then once again, last night, we took pictures over at Williams and Pizza. And I posted all the pictures that I took. Um, George Daniels, that's another one that doesn't age. George still looks the same. He could have easily had dyed his hair, but it is just perfectly. It's white. It's not gray. It's just perfectly white, and he looks, and he's got a full head of hair, which is like, it's killing me. I you know, got the comb over. But Gloria, you should have seen him and the love that was surrounding him last night from all these industry people. Mary Datcher, who hates my guts. I don't know why. Like, I've never done anything to her. I'm like, okay, for her to hate me, okay, cool. It's cool. Um, Comedian Damon Williams was there. He showed me love. I appreciate that. Of course, Bernard Dean Moulton, or as I call him, Dino, photographer extraordinaire, was there. I mean, I wish I had stayed. You know, Gloria, yeah, you missed it. Yeah. I mean, like I said, the outpouring of love was just, it was just, you know, words cannot express it. I mean, this is a man who just turned 70. I think he said 73 or 74 years old. You know, he walks around with a picture of him and Minnie Riperton at the prom in his, not in his wallet, but on his phone. I guess he took a picture of the picture. And every time he comes in, I play a Minnie Riperton song. And he'll come over and show me that picture of him and Minnie. I'm like, mm-mm-mm. You're 70. Glow, you are ageless. You are absolutely ageless. You know, You are the epitome of class. And I'm not just saying this. I would say this if you weren't on my live, but you were just, you know, your eyes have the same sparkle they did some, dare I say, 20, 30 years ago. You still have that sparkle. So ask Damon for some free riddles tickets. I know, right? Yeah. You know, everybody else is aging, but you, Gloria, you still look the same. You if yeah, you still look the same. Absolutely. I never would have guessed 70 years old. I would have said maybe 66, but then that would put you in my age range. You know, on Friday I will be 62 years old. Yeah, that's right. Sparkle in your eyes. Yeah, I should play that for her. But I will be 62 on Friday, and I'm just happy to still be here. Because a lot of us did not make it. You know, hanging out in clubs, and you know, I've been hanging out in the club since I was like 18, 19 years old, because I always sounded old, so they would let me in. Thank you, Glow. Thank you. Um, yeah, I mean, I was, you name it, End of the Rainbow. What was the name of that? The Apartment Lounge over on South Chicago. I mean, just what was the other? The one on 77th and Halsted, Illusion, Green Bunny, Godfather, The Godfather 2 over on Stony Island, Artists Lounge on 87th. I could go on and on. I've been at every club, you know, and this was all before the age of 30. All of it. Elaine James. Hello, Elaine. Thank you. Good evening, Al. Happy holidays to you and your family. Well, thank you, Elaine. I appreciate that. I have no family, but anyway, I I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Like I was saying earlier, you know, uh, both of my parents are gone. My brother has moved on, so it's like we don't do Christmas anymore. You know, him and his new wife, they do Christmas. You know, me, I just, you know, on Christmas, I will be at work. On Christmas Eve, I will be at work. On Friday, Reese's closed. Yeah, Reese's is closed. That was another club that I was at, Reese's. So I will be on the 23rd. I'll be at Williams and Pizza. That's that Friday. That Saturday, I'll be there too. I'm, you know, they've been talking about this snowstorm coming up, 6 inches of snow. Okay, cool. And we are your family. Thank you, Elaine. Now you're gonna make me cry. Thank you. You are my family, and I appreciate you guys so much. I'm trying not to break down, but yes, you are my family, and I appreciate you all so much. Um, I really do. There's a song that I want to play. Let's see. I've heard everybody's version of this song. But when I heard this one, that's right. Thank you, Glow. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, where is this song at? Let me see. Oh, I can plug it into the side. I'll be right back, guys. He's back. Plug up my other hard drive. Thank you, Glow. Thank you, Elaine. I appreciate you all. You know, I, you know, miss seeing my mother. And like I said, it doesn't get any easier, from year to year. For those of you all who know me, you know, that, my mom was like my rock, you know, to a boy child. His first love is his mother. And that's it. My first love was my mom. She was my roadie. She was everything. She used to take me back and forth to my gigs. She would carry crates of records. Yeah, she did all of that. All of that. And that was it. So for Gloria Simmons, Teddy Pendergrass, you are my latest, my greatest inspiration right here on Bedtime Stories. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, I really appreciate it. Also, I appreciate, I'm trying to find my commercial here. Oh, no, that's not the one. It's in the other drive. Thank you to all that came down to Williams and Pizza the other night to celebrate the birthday of George Daniels, who I think George is either 70, 74, 75 years old. And he's got the spirit of a young man, and he still gets around, and he still, he walks everywhere he goes. He lives downtown and he walks everywhere he goes. I'm like, I want to be like him when I grow up. Anyway, it's time to do the Grubhub delivery dance. I wish they could deliver something to me, boy. I tell you. Thank you, Angie. Yeah. John Caldwell, what's going on? But
Get the food you love with perks from Grub What You Love.
Grubhub is a proud sponsor of Bedtime Stories here on WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WDLB Indianapolis in Chicago, and WRLN, the best music of your life. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Thank you so much once again to Gloria Simmons, John Caldwell, Angie Martin Turner, my sister from another mister. And did I miss anyone? Gloria Simmons. Elaine James, thank you so much. I was just talking about, with Christmas coming up, it hasn't been the same since my mother passed. It just has not been the same. As a matter of fact, I can be sitting at work and I'll hear a song or whatever. And it just gets to me. It just goes right through me. I'm like, but I know that her spirit is here. She may not be here on earth. They say to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. And I know that's exactly where she is because, you know, a lot of times I don't know how I make it. Like tonight, I'm like, I ain't got nothing to eat. I went to that cabinet and saw those 2 cans of beans. I was like, I'm good now, mama. I'm good now. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. For Gloria, here's Sparkle from Cameo. Well, good. I get a chance to see my grand nieces or great nieces. That's all right. You had sparkle in your eye, high in the sky. Peace, light, love for you, and may God continue to bless you. Thank you, Elaine. I um, I appreciate that. Thank you. But it's just been, you know, it's been almost unbearable. Like I said, this time of the year, it's just, it is what it is. And I try to maintain, as it were. I try to maintain, but it's cool. It gets greater later, they say. It gets greater later. But if it were not for my sister Angie, I guess I wouldn't have any family because you know it's been kind of rough out here. You know, not having a vehicle and then finally having one and then it breaks down a week later. Well, not even a week later. It broke down the weekend that I got it. I was like, I'm rolling now. I'm on my way to go get the insurance put on it. And I never even made it to church that day. It's like I went to the first service and the van broke down a block. I kid you not, a block from the church. I finally got the van home, only for it to just sit, and that's it. Thank you, Glow. Thank you once again. And then my guy Percy, he came to the rescue. He's like, "Man, I got you a transmission." I'm like, "Okay, now you got to put it in." So he got the transmission. Of course, I had to reimburse him for that, and then reimburse him for the for them to put it in over at uh, the transmission place over on Western. So I don't really have what is it? There's no warranty on it because it was, the transmission was bought somewhere else. It wasn't like they went out and got it, but they put it in. So I was out of $350 for the trans and $550 for them to put it in. So needless to say, there went my Christmas money, but that's okay. And then somebody hit me up or was trying to hit me up for $75. I was like, did I not give you $50 on Monday? And then he'd go hit me up again on Tuesday for 75. I'm like, I didn't even respond. I was like, really, you know, like really, bro, really, really. I'm like, oh hell no. I'm like, I'm out of money. There is no room at the end. So sorry, Charlie. So that was it. So got the van this morning. I called, I started to go back to lawyer insurance, which I should have, but I said, oh, let me try something new. Let me start anew. So I did. And I got hooked up with the general. I'm like, okay, how much is this going to be a month? So it's $125 a month. I'm like, okay, which was more than what I was paying lawyer. Lawyer was like, it was like $55 a month. So now I got real insurance, I guess, because General has commercials and Shaq is doing them. So I guess I got you know, real insurance now. It's not State Farm or Allstate, but it's not Lawyer or Oxford. So it is what it is. But I'm happy. I'm rolling. So Ronnie said, I wish I could get that price. Um, I guess because of my age and the fact that it's coming directly out of my account monthly, they were able to give me that discount or give me that price for the discount. So, once again, it is what it is. And all day I've been trying to, trying to get an appointment to get my hair cut. Because as you all can see, this is growing here, but this is like chilling up here. So I said, okay, maybe I'll chop it off myself. I have some clippers here, so um, maybe I'll do it myself. I don't know where my clipper guards are. I think when I moved, I think I left the other pair of clippers there or left the guards there because I had like a little toolbox, and the toolbox had all of my grooming stuff in there. My clippers, my clipper guards, scissors, the whole thing. A few combs. So she said, "Come over to State Farm, the State Farm family." I don't know if I can afford State Farm, bro. I mean, it's just liability, in case I hit somebody else or whatever. So, I'm not gonna put full coverage on no used car. If they steal that, it's like, good luck. What is that? Accoutrements. What company is Accoutrements? Oh well. But anyway, it's insured, so I'm good. Now, I mean, if I had the brand new car, which had full coverage, that was different. But, even full coverage through lawyer was still not $100 because of my age and my driving record. I ain't ran over nobody. So, talking about all of your supplies. Oh, okay. I need you. Deborah. And of course, Ronnie Laws. And so very special right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Angie said, don't forget to come over Christmas Eve for goodies and Christmas Day for dinner. Well, considering Christmas Eve is on a Saturday, which I work at Williams and Pizza, and then Sunday, which is actually Christmas, I'll be I'll be at two churches, and of course, have to go to the gospel station from 7 until 2 o'clock in the morning. So in between there, I guess I'll stop by and get some more plates. Meanwhile, I have to empty out my refrigerator from all of that E. coli that's forming in my refrigerator now. Yeah, but it's good. Yeah. Yeah. Preston said a lady hit my car today. Oh, man. Well, I guess that's why you have State Farm, because you can get another car. Yeah. But anyway, Gloria, thank you so much for being on my live. I really appreciate you. I love you. And love going out to your husband as well, the big guy. I appreciate you. Anyway, it's bedtime stories. Now, like I was saying earlier, I've heard a lot of Christmas songs, and most of them are remakes of old Christmas songs. But finally, somebody redid this Christmas and did it right. And that person, it couldn't have been a better person than his daughter. Here's Donnie and Layla Hathaway and their version via the, I guess, the magic of technology that they do a duet. This is This Christmas. Hey, Daddy.
Daddy, count
Hello.
out.
Mistletoe, gonna get to. Now, what's so amazing about this song? It's kind of like on the basis of Natalie and Nat King Cole doing the Christmas song and Unforgettable. So they took like old tracks and redid them with new music, old tracks that Donnie did, like, outtakes. And it's a beautiful duet. It is just beautiful. She slowed it down and everything. She sounds just like him. It's eerie. She sounds just like him. Where they got those tracks, I don't know. But it's beautiful. Hey, Daddy, count it out. Which is truly amazing because she was only like 4 or 5 years old when he passed. So every time I hear it, it gets me. She never really knew her father. She never really knew him. She knew of him from her mom and, of course, other people who were in the business that knew him. But she never really knew. So for her to say, hey, Daddy, count it off, I'm like, wow. And on the video, she's sitting at a Fender Rhodes piano. Just like the one that he used to play, the one that he played on The Ghetto. And this Christmas, me here. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Ba-ba-bum. And she lets him finish it. Okay, I'm gonna be all right, y'all. And now the Whispers version.
All the mistletoe.
You better. As we trim the tree. Sing, Scotty. Woo! Feel with you. Ba-da-da-ba-da. Bo-bo-bum, bo-bo-bum. All the time. All the time. Ba-da-da-ba-ba. Mm-mm. Did you all see me playing piano Sunday at church? I was on Facebook Live. They're like, "What are you doing?" It's like, "I'm doing this." I'm like, "I'm playing." I'm trying to keep up with the organist and the drummer. Mm, Miss you, Donnie. Mm, mm, Miss you, Donnie. Good Lord. I'm gonna be all right, y'all. I'm gonna be all right. The Whispers. Before that, Donnie and Layla Hathaway and This Christmas. Shout out to Nadine McKenna, the co-writer of that song. She put some beautiful music and lyrics to that song, both her and Donny Hathaway. Peanut Butter Brother Dr. Al Greer. Hello to Preston Shanks, also to John Caldwell and Troy Anthony, the Soul Poet. Thank you for joining us here on Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. This one from Johnny Gill. This is You for Me on Bedtime Stories. Mm. Mm. It's getting kind of chilly in here. That's okay. I got my space heater. I've had this space heater in three different houses now. You know, I had it when I was out in Dalton. I took it over from Dalton to Calumet City, and I took it again when I moved back to the city when I was on 80th and Yale, where I used to do the show in the basement. I used that same space heater. So, you know, yep. So it's been following me around and it's still working. It makes noise, but it's cool. Yeah. I don't care too much about the noise. It does what it does. So, you know, it rotates. So, yeah, that's cool. So, are you programming the Christmas music for WVON on Christmas Eve? Yes, I am, sir. It's already done. It's already in the can. It's all ready to go. And I will be watching it on my computer. We have a thing called Team Viewer, and that way I can watch the computer actually play the music while I'm sitting at the other station programming that one to play gospel Christmas music. So, yes, I am programming the Christmas music for WVON once again this year. 3 years straight. Yep. It's my music they wouldn't normally play on WVO, and of course, them being a talk station, of course, they wouldn't be playing that anyway. But yep, hour by hour, that's all me. So yes, to answer your question, yes, Preston, that's me. So I'm kind of proud of that. I am. I'm really proud that I am. That they trust me to do that. So you know, the former program director. How can I put it? Strange character. He tried to do a Herschel Walker and put his resume up against mine. I'm like, bruh, I only did one college. All of his is college stations. I'm like, bruh, JPC, GCI, those weren't college stations. LTH, that wasn't a college station, bro. I only worked at one college station, and that was KKC. You know, so you got Moraine Valley College and DuPage College. Like, oh, that's nice. Sonia did it 1 year. Yep, but that was before I got back. Well, got to the station. I've been at VON 3 different times, and this last time, of course, was a full-time position. So, but before that, it was like, yeah, yeah. Before that, it was like, I was filling in. Um, I was filling in for Wayne, as a matter of fact. So, yeah. So every time Wayne would take off, for a vacation, it was always me that filled in for him. So it was natural that I got the B-sides job. So, yeah. That and the fact that I'm also a board op at VON. So I'm triple duty. I'm doing the B-sides overnight. I do all of the production. So all the commercials that you hear on WVON, it's all me during the day. And then from 3 until 6 o'clock, I am the producer and board operator for the afternoon show with Kimberly Agoin and Atiba Buchanan. So that's what I do. So they say, sounds like you're on all day. Yes, I am. I'm on all day. So if you listen to WVON, you're going to hear my voice, which pisses other people off. They're like, it's like, he on all day. He's on all the commercials. He's, contributing to the afternoon show. I'm like, good Lord. Yeah. And see, I'm not trying to be all to everybody. I'm just not. It's just what I do. So when people say, you think you this, you think you that, I'm like, no, I just think I'm a well-rounded broadcaster. That's all I think that I am. I don't think more of myself than, it is what it is. I enjoy what I do. I do what I do because that's what I do. I can program the station. I can run the station. I can be on the station. It's what I do. So, hate me if you want to. The people you should be hating are Richard Pegee, Herb Kent, Jim Rags, Richard Steele, Bobby OJ, Lon Dyson. Those are the people you need to hate because they all had a hand, in getting me to where I am now. Richard taught me production. I watched Herb on the air and watched Bobby OJ, just colorful gentleman. So I watched them. I learned from them. So if I'm the way I am, it's because of them, and that's it. I was asked 1 year, this was when Herb was still with us, and he was teaching at Chicago State. And he asked me to come down and speak to the class. So I was honored. First of all, I'm like, you want me, one of your mentees, to speak to your class, and I did. And I remember one time I got to host, or the Battle of the Best, and that was the only time that Herb and I were actually on the air together. That was the only time. And of course, he beat me. He had Smokey, I had Marvin Gaye. So, of course, they were going to vote for him. And that was it. I was invited to come back, but I posted something on Facebook that they thought was offensive, and which is probably why I didn't get Herb Kent's gig. Plus they wanted to go in another direction. I hate that phrase to this day. We're going in another direction. Whatever that means. But anyway. It's got to be one of my favorite songs by After Seven. Can He Love You Like This? I don't think so. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. And I'm still talking about my birthday party. Yes, I am. Gene Chandler showed up. Just anybody who's anybody showed up at my party. But the first guest that I had was Gene Chandler. He was the first one there. He was the first one there a year before that. The pandemic, of course, nobody was there in 2020. As a matter of fact, they begged me to cancel it. I'm not canceling my party for no pandemic. Screw a pandemic. So, of course, they won, and I didn't have my party that year in 2020. But I made up for it for 2021 and, of course, 2022. And once again, the first person to show up was Gene Chandler. And what a ball we had, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. What a ball we had. Thank you for coming. Also, I got to spend some time with Miss Deborah Denbury, who used to work at WVON a few years ago. It's always good to see her. I used to get these calls from the salespeople. It's like, why is she like that? Why is she's such a, I'm like, if you all do what you're supposed to be doing, then she won't be like that. She's never been like that to me. She's always been the nicest lady that I know. Traffic people usually, Jean McCall, she'd cuss her brother out the drop of a hat. But so Miss Deb too, she didn't care. That's what made her so cool with me. I like people who speak their mind like I do. Here's Lakeside and Real Love on the other side of Bedtime Stories, Foreplay, coming up in about 22 minutes. Makes me smile. By the way, while I have you all on the line or on the hook, make sure you all share the live video on your page where it says like, comment, and share. Just hit share for me, okay? Share this video with other people. So, one of these days I'm going to be famous. It'll be like, oh, I remember that guy, yeah. Or as they call me, Herb Kent Jr. Like, I'll be that. Okay, cool. Herb Kent Jr. Okay. It's good to be associated with him. Aren't you Herb, son? Herb's son? No. Herb had only had one child that I know of, and that was Robin. Robin, bless her heart. That is like my other sister. She called me the other day, and I looked down at the phone, and it was Robin Kent. So I answered the phone. I said, "Hey, baby girl," and she said, "Hey, daddy." It's like, oh my God. We started doing that a few years ago at the African Fest. Um, we broadcast, well, my station or the stations that I was with, we would broadcast live every year from the African Fest. Well, this particular year, excuse me, um, Robin was coming through the gate. We were always at the front gate. So we're like the first ones you see uh, coming into the African Fest. And here she comes by me, past me. I said, "Hey, Robin, I'll see you at home." She said, "Okay, Daddy," and kept walking. Everybody was like, "What just happened?" So ever since then, she's, with her permission, I'm allowed to do that. Now, most people, they do impersonations and impressions or whatever they call it. I I'm probably the closest that I've heard. One year, well, this past year, um, I was doing Richard Steele's birthday party in January of this year, and he asked me to do Herb's voice. He said, "Al Greer, he does a great impersonation of Herb Kent. I mean, it's scary. Al, can you?" And I went into the whole like I don't know what you're talking about. This Herb Kent. Who is this Herb Kent that you speak of? That you say that I sound so much. I think I sound like myself. I don't think I sound like Herb Kent at all. And instead of them clapping, everybody just turned around. They were like, "What the just happened?" Yeah, it wasn't like it wasn't no Rich Little stuff like turn around and then I'm. Oh, that was good. Yeah, it was like it was a hush. It was a. I mean, it's like you could hear a pin drop. As the music had stopped. He had one mic, I had the other one, and I went into Herb's voice, and nobody clapped. Ronnie, when I say nobody clapped, they were like, now I'm sure they've heard, impersonations before, but when I did Herb, it was like, no, that's creepy. Too creepy. Yeah. So it was like, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. This is different. You know, it was, I mean, you could hear a pin drop. They were just like, I mean, the look on everybody's face. It went from Mary D's face went from like to what the I'm serious. I'll be back. I know. Close the bathroom door next time. I know. I know. Joe, yeah, Joe tries to do it. Joe likes my impersonation better than his. Joe's sounds like Pimp Daddy doing Herb Kent. You know, I mean, his is really good, but you know, and not to brag or anything, you know, but Joe's is good, but his Joe's voice is not as deep as mine. He has, he kind of has the inflection that Herb had. But I've always been around him, so well, that was Christmas time at Mama's house. Yeah. He recited that one year. We were at the Regal Theater and he had everything written down on a piece of paper. And he recited it as if, he was doing like like an act or something. And miss that guy. Herb Kent, along with the Shawlites. Herb had this sense of humor that was just ridiculous. He had some of the jokes that he would tell were so corny, you just had to laugh. One in particular that he told me every time we would see each other, I would be his equipment guy, I would set up equipment for him. And Al, did I tell you this joke? So I took my girl to a square dance and the guy said, hold down. And my girl fell down to the floor. I'm like, it was so corny I had to laugh. And then the other one was, so this guy parachutes out of a plane and then his parachute fails to open up and he hits the ground and the guy walks up to him and says, sir, are you all right? And he says, yeah, I know, dad jokes. Yeah. God rest his soul. Herbert Rogers, Kent, the cool jet. I'll be back again on WVON. Here's intimate friends from Herb's buddy, Eddie Kendricks. They had the same hands. That's how scary it was. Their hands were just alike. Creepy, huh? You think my impersonation is creepy. You should have seen Eddie and Herb looking at each other's hands. Your hands look like mine. Here's intimate friends on Bedtime Stories. Zot. I'm excited for everything we do. Did you say way too creepy? I know, right? And I always thought I was going to be the one to take his place, and I could continue to do, the impersonation. But Latanya, hey lips, what's going on? Those big old juicy lips of yours, girl. Just walk up to you and you're like, hey Al, hey Latanya, just run into you and just. You're like, Al, you ain't gonna do nothing. She's gonna have security with her just in case. Don't let that man near me. Anyway, one of these days, Latanya, we're gonna get to. You're at your other job now. This woman has as many jobs as I have. She works at La Rabita, and then she's a part-time bartender right around the corner from where I work, from Williams Pizza. Williams Inn Pizza. I'm like, good grief, girl. When do you sleep? And then my Lyft driver that I met a few weeks ago, Pamela Hawkins. That's her name, Pamela. And I met her a few weeks ago. Um, she picked me up from my date's house because my date could not see to go, to drive me back to the city. She lived in Calumet City, or Country Club Hills. I'm sorry. So I said, well, I'll just take a lift from your house. And I did. And I've been talking to my Lyft driver ever since, you know, which is kind of cool. She's like, okay, what's your backstory? I'm like, okay, well, this is what happened to me and this, that, and the other, and da, 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 da. She lets me know, how late she's out and how long she's out driving. And I said, girl, please, you trying to make all the money. She showed me how much money she was making. I said, girl, can I hold something? Can I hold something? She's a sweet lady. And it's those little relationships that, you kind of sort of, you know, develop. And it's like out of all of the Lyft drivers I had, she's the only one that I keep in touch with. Everybody else is like, like one night this guy picked me up. I was coming from the gospel station on 59th Street. And I got picked up by a guy who was driving a Benz. I'm like, now usually you pay more money for that. It's like, okay, you want the Lux. So that's like $26 as opposed to, $5, $10, $15. So I had the Lux one night, but I paid the regular price. And I said, I'm riding in the back of a Benz for like, because it was like right around the corner. I went from 59 to, to home. And I'm like, and he said, yeah, man, you deserve it. I'm like, I do? Okay. I guess he knew who I was. I'm like, I don't deserve this, bro. But thank you. Thank you for thinking that I deserve this. My soundproofing was falling down. I'm sorry. It was just bugging me. But it's those little, relationships that you build. You never know. You might see that person again. You might see that person again in life. And man, you look familiar. Yeah, I was a Lyft driver a few years ago. Now I own my own transportation company. Like, wow, yeah, that's crazy. But I mean, it's just crazy. Like I said, you never know. Um, you never know who you're going to meet, and you never know reason that they're out doing Uber and Lyft. The young lady gave me her whole story. I was like, I felt like either a therapist or a bartender. So she gave me a story. I'm like, oh my, okay. So I was quite taken by her. But like I said, it's those little relationships that develop. I mean, when you least expect it. I wasn't expecting to ever talk to this lady again. I remember there was this one Lyft driver. She picked me up, and two other people had gotten into the car, so we were all sitting in the back. And she said, "No, you come sit up front with me." I was like, "Oh my God, this." I mean, she was very pretty. She said, "No, you come sit up here with me." I was like, and I couldn't help but just look at her. I'm like, I don't believe that you are out here doing this. I mean, she was just, and I cannot remember. I can't remember what nationality she was. She looked like she, was, a half breed like me, you know, and I never saw her again. I tried to find her on Facebook and everything. I was like, man, I got to see her again. But that was never to be. That was like a one shot deal. I gave her my card and everything. And, I give out more cards you know, than a brother at a convention. Yeah, give me a call. Here's my card. I said, these women never call me. Like, that's fine. I don't need a DJ. Like, thanks. You and my dad would get along just fine. Y'all are about the same age. Oh, thank you. Two in a row from Eddie Kendricks. If you let me, I just know I can. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Eddie would have been, ooh, I would say like 82, something like that. Eddie, yeah, because let's see, how old is Otis? So they were around the same age, and Otis is still, yeah, he's still kicking. Not maybe not as high as he was back in the '60s and '70s, but Otis is like the last man standing in the Temptations. And Eddie would have had a birthday, I think, a week ago or sometime this week. Well, anyway, happy heavenly birthday to Eddie James Kendrick from all of us here at Bedtime Stories. Just ahead of foreplay. Show me how. Latanya. All right, it's time for some snacks now. Oh, I'm down to 3 people. What's going on here? Everybody's drifting off, drifting off to sleep. Woo! Good God. You know, formerly known as the Hutchinson Sunbeams, the Emotions and Show Me How during their Stax years. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories on WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WDLB Indianapolis in Chicago, and of course, WRLN, the best music of your life. With your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Almost a hit of foreplay, but first, mm-mm, mm-mm. Mm, Grubhub, of course, is a proud sponsor of Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This gentleman hails from right here in Chicago. He was the right-hand man to Curtis Mayfield. He was roommates with the silent giant, as they call him, Leroy Hudson. He met a young lady while at, I think it was, what college was Howard University. He met a young lady by the name of Roberta Flack, whom he would record for or record with later on. They both were signed to Atlantic Records. He with the Atco label, which was a subsidiary of Atlantic, and her, of course, with the main label. And they both made beautiful music together. They did an album together called Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway. They did a series of duets, and they became very popular. Songs like Where is the Love? You Got a Friend, The Closer I Get to You. Well, guess what? Tonight, we feature in foreplay the music of Johnny Edward Hathaway on Bedtime Stories. I just realized I had 60 hours left of OT left for this year, so I pulled the trigger and took tomorrow off for Pamper Me Day. All right. That's cool. How cool is that? Overtime. There you go. You know, and that's just it. Everybody needs one of those days. I know I do. But like I try to tell people, it's just two of us working during the day. Two of us. One starts at 6 and the other one finishes at 6. That's me. So from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. is two people working in that radio station. Two. Sorry, two. And I gotta apologize to this one young lady who, she called me right in the middle of producing and engineering Kimberly A. Goins show on VON. I said, can I call you back when I have nothing else to do either? I think she was insulted. Hey, she's sitting there listening to the station. You hear me on there. What do you think that I'm doing? But see, a lot of people have never been into a radio station before, so they don't know exactly what I'm doing. They hear my voice, they hear all this music that I'm playing, but they don't get it. You know, I'm answering the phone and everything. Oh yeah, yeah. If you don't use it, you lose it. I know that feeling. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If you don't use it, you lose it. You check on my girl, my lift lady. She wasn't she wasn't feeling well earlier, so I need to check on her. I hate that VON made me put a password on my phone. How's it going? Horrible.
Greer on Business.
Woo Lord. Same Donnie. Giving up, so hard to do. Let me know how that goes, because, ever since that fiasco over there on Stony Island, I don't deal with no black folks no more handling my nails. I just don't. You know. I went over there. They offered me some wine, that wine in the box. They offered me some of that. And I said, I want a pedicure. And they like, so and so, can you come over here and do a pedicure? No, girl, I ain't touching no man feet. I'm a customer, and I don't have ugly feet. They ugly when my toenails ain't cut. Then they look like, claws. I wish I'd kept that up because as I got older, they kind of, they kind of hurt. Got them ingrowns going on. I'm like, whoa. Oh, across from Little Company of Mary. Trying to think. What's over there? Okay. Facial it is. Oh, man. That reminds me. I forgot to get some Noxzema. Damn it. Well, I got a car. I can go to the 24-hour Walgreens over here on 75th Street and go get me some Noxzema. Now, I'm going to keep using that black soap. It's working. DJ Carl Dobbins. Go DJ. That's my DJ. Strip mall with Pizza Hut and the Smoothie King. Okay. All right. Now I know where. Okay. Little Company of America. My son was born there. One of them was, at least. Yeah. Yeah. It's my dinner tonight. This and some beans. Yeah, you're official. Yeah. You are my official DJ from here on out. Yep. My fault. Yeah, it's always my fault because I'm hungry. And nobody wants to come out and feed me. I get it. I understand, Yeah. Yep. Just hope you got AAA because don't call me no 3 o'clock in the morning talking about your car broke down. You're trying to get home and AAA is taking too long. Hey, I get it. Well, once I take off my clothes, I don't go nowhere. I'm like, okay. Bet. I get it. I understand. Trust me. Don't worry about it. My fault. Y'all know I'm a bachelor, right? I don't cook. But it's cool. It's cool. I You're not missing nothing, DJ Carl. They saw me eating beans earlier. And yep. Y'all saw me up here eating the beans. I even showed the beans to you. Well, I guess he's satisfied with eating beans because, I just got my van back. So I had to pay $500, $550 to be exact, to get it back. So there went my Christmas money. And my limit for the day was $500. So I can't get nothing. Dude, fire up that kitchen while you already know. I know, right? But that's just it. DJ Carl can cook. But it's cool, I understand. I gave you the offer, sir. Okay. All you had to do was say, "Oh, I'm on my way, boy. Put them beans away. I'm on my way now." Why you need to ask me if I need to eat? You eating? I'm like, really? I know, right? But see, I didn't get the cooking gene. My brother got that. But it's cool. I'm sitting up here eating beans. Are you hungry? Oh no, I love beans. I ain't had beans since 80 something. Mm-mm. So that's funny though. Are you hungry? Oh no, I'm great. I'm good. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Y'all are always complaining about not having no man. Don't complain. Don't complain. Don't complain. Don't complain. I'm sitting here eating Cheez-Its after eating 2 cans of beans. Am I hungry? Oh no. This is what I always eat. This is my diet. This is what my diet consists of. I hear you. I understand. You missed my party. Now you're going to make me starve? Okay. It's cool. You just call out my name, and I know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. You got a friend. Let me play that for you, Ronnie. You got a friend. Yeah. We gonna fight. No, because by the time you get over here, I'll be done died from from frying up some Thanksgiving food. Mm-mm. Let me fire up some more of this turkey from a month ago. Mm-mm. Let me fire up some of this dressing, which is probably green by now. Mm-mm. Don't worry about me, honey. I'm gonna be all right. And I'm out of beer too? Man, I know, right? How did it get to this point? I don't know. I was on my way to Checkers. I said, let me check my account. Oh, I got enough for a Checkers cheddar burger. Yeah. King Petty. I heard that. Call it what you wish. I hear you. You can call me whatever you want. hmm I would never do you like that. Never. I don't care if I had to come out in my daddy's bathrobe with some flip flops on. I never let nobody starve. I'm in the house for the night. I'm never in the house for the night because there's always going to be somebody that's going to call me and ask me for something. I sleep with my clothes on because I know they're going to call me. Hey, bro, I'm stuck on the side of the road. Where are you at? I don't know. Put your GPS on. Okay. You are here. Okay, here I come. Share your location with me. That's me, which is probably why I'm not married to this day. It's like, where are you going? I'm going to get so and so. No, you ain't. You're going to some broad's house. Okay, you say so. Mm-mm. I sleep with my damn clothes on. I can give you a list of people who have called me at 2, 3 in the morning talking about they stranded. You know, but I hate to put them on blast like that. You know, I give them $50 on Monday, and then on 75 on the next day they ask for $75. I'm like, bro, I just paid your phone bill yesterday. What's the 75 for? I just gave the Spanish people $550 to fix my truck, my van. Where do you think I'm making my money from? I'm a hustler. That's why. You know. I make it work. I make it work. I get paid every other week from one job, and I get paid every week from the other. And that's not counting the money that I make from Williams and Pizza. That's $400 a weekend. I have to work 5 days in order to get that from VON. So you do the math. And then 2 days at the gospel station, and I make more than that than I make at VON. And then another one is the commercials that I do that run. That's that's a stupid amount of money. That's why I owe back taxes. But anyway, Frank Bragg Jr., what's going on? What's up, young blood? Well, thank you. Oh, no. Young blood, thank you. I'll be that today. Young blood is hungry today. Trust me. Carl said, "Oh dang, what's that number again?" I know, right? Mm-hmm. Yep. 2, 3 in the morning. I'm like, "Where you at?" Okay, I'm coming. I'm on my way. All right. Okay. Where you going? I gotta pick up my brother. Okay, that's not your brother. When they gonna start doing stuff for you? Um, I don't know. Whenever they get something to do something for me. They don't have no cars. They don't have no money. They don't have no jobs and no money, no cars and no job. I'm like, bruh, one of them, well, both of them are married that I'm talking about. I'm like, hey, bro, I need some money for a bus card. Hey, bro, I need to pay my phone bill. Hey, bro, I need some money too. For Ronnie, you got a friend. Winter, spring, summer, or fall. All you got to do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You got a friend. Mm. Can you say the same thing to me? Yeah, I'm busting you out, Ronnie. I'm busting you out, girl. You should have said that an hour ago. An hour ago? Okay. I'm sitting up here in the studio eating beans and Cheetos, and everybody's like, you straight? Oh, you straight now? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm straight now. Yeah. That's all right, Ronnie. That's okay. You got a birthday coming up. Mm-hmm. You got a friend. Yeah, it's all right. It's okay. Wrapping up foreplay with Donny Hathaway right here on Bedtime Stories, Chicago's own. He worked with Curtis Mayfield. He did most of the arrangements for Curtown Records. He also produced the Unifics, Court of Love, and what's the other one? Yeah, Court of Love, Unifics, which of course a group from here, from right here in Chicago. Court of Love and Beginning of My End. I think I'm gonna play those songs because Donnie did the arrangements for those. So we'll see how those fit into Bedtime Stories. Speaking of Donnie, now we just played this Christmas version of the Whisper song. This time, here's the melody, but of course set to different lyrics. Here's a song for Donnie on Bedtime Stories. Mm-hmm. It's like, I gotta tell you all, I used to date this girl, right? I dated this young lady, and she she was withholding sex from me. And I told her, I said, one day your ass gonna be horny, and you gonna wish that I was laying next to you so that you could jump on top of me. You gonna miss me. It's gonna be cold outside, and you gonna miss my hot body laying next to you. And sure enough, yep, you know, I don't care what you women say. Oh, I don't need no man. Sure you do. Can't get pregnant without it. You know, I mean, for all other women, it's toys. It's like, okay, go on with your bad toys. I don't care what they make. It can be 20 speeds, different variations of vibrations. It still doesn't take the place of a whole man. They got this what is it? It's like a pillow with an arm on it, and you put the arm around you like it's a man. And I'll tell you, most women I talk to, they're like, it's okay, but it still doesn't take the place of a man. I hear these women all the time. I don't need no man for this, and I don't need no man. I got my own money. I make my own money. Okay, all right, right on, superwoman. I get it. I get it. But at the end of the day, in the Garden of Eden, man made Adam, and Adam was alone. He was on the earth by himself in the Garden of Eden. It was God that put Eve with him. Said, you know, you need a mate, Adam. you know. So God sent him Eve, and that was it. and he named her Woman. And you know, if you don't know, read the Bible. She was made from Adam's rib, not Leon's ribs, not Adam's rib. Okay, but you know, you all go on thinking that you don't need a man. You know, right on. Mary wants to be a superwoman, and I just have to say goodbye. You know, there's nothing wrong with being a strong black woman. I get it. You know, my mom was a strong black woman. She didn't need my father. You know, she was the one that paid the bills. You know, he would bring home the bacon and she'd fry it up in the pan. She put both of their checks together and paid the bills. She would sit at the kitchen table. I never will forget it. I did it the other night. I sat at the dining room table, just like she would, and I paid the bills. This time, of course, electronically. She used to sit up and write the checks out and mail them off. She put the the return, window pane envelopes, and she put them in the mailbox. And she had a relationship with the mailbox, like that, a relationship with the mailman. So, she would put them in the box. He would say, "Okay, these are going out," and then he put the new mail in the mailbox. So bills got paid. She had excellent credit when she passed. Excellent credit. I'm like, I always say, nobody's ever died from bad credit. Well, she died with good credit. She could have gotten anything she wanted. No money down, nothing. I need another washer and dryer. Okay, Sears, boom, they outside. Taking the old ones out and putting the new ones in. It was like that. Dad kept the car, mom kept the car, my brother kept the car. Me, no, my son, you got to get your own. You don't live in this house. Okay, cool. So it was messed up, but that's the way it was. So I had to get my own car. Nothing was bought for me. Nothing. Right down to the first van that I had. Yep. I bought my first vehicle. I bought a van and I bought a, what was it? Opel GT, which was like, they call them the baby vet. So it was a small sports car that was made by, it was German and American made. It was made by Buick. It's Opel GT. So I bought my own vehicles, nothing was given to me. And that's cool. I think it made me a better man because I had to buy my own stuff. I heard Rasta don't work for CIA, for no CIA. Can anyone confirm? Anyway, but nothing was ever given to me. I've always had to work for what I got. DJ equipment, I had to work, save up my money, and buy it so that I could go out and DJ. I'm trying to remember, did anybody ever give me something? I think my uncle gave me a Sanzui receiver once, and I used that to DJ with. It was that powerful, yeah. Of course, he ended up taking it back, but Ain't never had nothing given to me, but it's cool. Mm-mm. Probably one of the most beautiful songs that they ever recorded. That is Russell Tompkins Jr. and the Stylistics. Actually, it's the Stylistics and Russell Tompkins. Of course, and not taking anything away from the Stylistics, but they only sang on a handful of songs. Most of them were led by um, Russell Tompkins Jr. So, therefore, they had background singers, the Sigma Sweethearts, Kenny Gamble, in some instances, and Bunny Sigler. They they were the Stylistics. So when I see the Stylistics performing in concert, it's like, but y'all didn't sing on anyway. So when Russell started his own group, the New Stylistics, it's like it wasn't nothing they could say. I'm like, well, okay. The only time we heard the Stylistics other than Russell Tompkins was when Ariane Love led "You Are Beautiful," and of course on "You Make Me Feel Brand New." And Russell suggested that he sang on that song. It's like, come on, let my boy sing one. Anyway, otherwise it was always Russ out front. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories. A leftover from Foreplay. Donny Hathaway, Roberta Flack. Produced by M. Tume and Reggie Lucas. This is The Closer I Get to You on Bedtime Stories. To you. Wait and see. Shut me. Splat. Boom, boom, boom. Never be more than friends. It was real. So one day I was sitting at work and a young lady sent me a picture of the two of us together. I didn't think anything of it. It was like, oh, it's a picture of the two of us. And in the picture, she's holding me around the waist. I'm holding her and I'm kissing her on her forehead. I'm not going to say who the young lady was, but, you know, I I thought the picture was kind of cute. I don't remember taking it. I don't know where we were when we took that picture. But all I know is how I felt at the time. When I looked at the picture, it brought back that feeling, that warm and fuzzy feeling for a hot second. And after that, it just became another picture. You know, in my phone, I have several pictures of that young lady. And it's like, yeah, from 7 years ago. It is what it is. Thank you, Ken. I appreciate that, man. I really do. You know. Yep. You know, every now and then it's nice to go back and relive the past, no matter how um, no matter how hard it is, to you know to go back to those memories. Closer I get to you. Ooh, someone's calling me. Hoo ha, hoo ha, hoo ha. Let me see. Journey. Mm, mm, mm. Boom, 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 boom. To you. This is what I call my neighbors. What do you call them? Super petty. Okay. So I know I'm not petty. I know I'm not petty. Mm-mm. Not me. No way. Finally see someone who see finally someone else sees it. He's not talking about me. I'm not petty. I'm just stating facts. I am stating facts. You know, if the shoe were on the other foot and somebody else needed something, I'll be out of here. I'll put this sucker on autopilot and come back and catch the last song. But you know, people don't feel the same way about me as I feel about them. Otherwise, I wouldn't still be single. This is some bull. This is the longest I've been single. I'm telling you, 7 years. Mm-mm. Nope, this would never be. This is not the life that I chose. I left that single life behind to be a father, to be a grandfather, to be a husband. This is not what I signed up for. Mm-mm. I am definitely not petty, sweetheart. Like the kids say, you got me messed up. Not me. I'm your friend. 20, I'm your man, 20 grand. Same song, different artists. The closer I get to you, Luther and Beyonce. Yeah, Beyonce. And of course, the original from Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway. The closer I get to you. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. We're just coasting, 12 minutes away from midnight. 12 before 12. Coming up in, let's see, tomorrow is, man, my birthday is fast approaching. Fast approaching. Friday will be my birthday. Man, I'm looking forward to it. Somebody asked me, so what are you doing for your birthday? I said, well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get up and possibly wake up. I'm wishing that. I'm praying that I will wake up on my birthday and roll over and say, oh, it's Friday. Look, it's my birthday. Yes, it is. Well, yes, it is my birthday. Of course, I'm going to post that, picture of Eddie Murphy in the Coming to America video or movie. Yes, it is. It is my birthday. Yes. Ken Watlington says, I've been single for 25 years and proud of it. Okay. If that's what you like, bruh, but hey, you know, Eve was made for Adam. That's all I got to say. You know, I'm I'm happy that you're happy, but I'm unhappy that I'm unhappy. I don't, no, I couldn't do it, bro. You know, my arm getting tired. Here are the Unifics, the first of two in a row, arranged by Donny Hathaway. This is the beginning of my end on Bedtime Stories. Mm-mm. Bro, you right on. Keep on. Keep on keeping on. Mm-mm. I ain't never trying to be single. It's not something that I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get with somebody. It's just that these knuckleheads out here, they got more excuses than a virgin on prom night. Oh, you too old. You too this. You too that. Oh, you've been married before. Oh, I don't think I could satisfy you because you've had so many women. I'm like, oh my God. I just asked you to go to breakfast with me. I stopped texting women. I would text them in the morning, say, good morning, gorgeous. Good morning, gorgeous. Some of them would text me back. I said, I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to let them come and find me. I get so sick and tired of that. It's like, I'm a good man. And, they always tell me, oh, I need a good man. I'm a man that's going to do this and go. I'm like, no, you don't. You want some guy that's going to sit up and play PlayStation all day and watch Maury while you're at work. He going to have your car sitting outside so he'll have access to go wherever he wants to go during the day and sit at home and run up your electricity playing PS2, 3, and 4. Y'all don't want no man. Y'all want a boy. Anyway, almost birthday boy. You about to be 21 again. Love you, Dad. Just wanted to check in. And yes, you are a good man, sir. Thank you, son. But y'all don't want no man. Y'all want a boy. Y'all want the hip hop, the don't stop. Pants hanging off, $400 gym shoes. That's what you want. And then you complain when he goes upside your head because you said something out of pocket that he didn't like. What you talking about? What you talking about? I've seen it happen. Y'all don't want no man. You just don't. Now the numbers are going to start to tumble after I say that. Y'all don't want a man. I'm sitting right here. Y'all don't want no man. You don't. Why am I single? I'm right here. See, your pants don't sag. Your pants better not sag, son. You almost described me. My pants don't sag. Your pants better not sag. That's some prison stuff. No, we don't do that. No. Sagging baggy pants. No, that is not. That's some jail stuff. And these guys out here, they just kicking it like, yeah. This is how I get down, Yeah, this is my girl and stuff, Let her look off at another man. Y'all ready to slap the taste out of their mouth. If he don't hit you, he don't love you. What? Where you get that from? That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. If he don't hit you, he don't love you. There was this young lady, not gonna say her name. She came to my job one day. She drove all the way from out of town to come to my job and surprise me at my job. And I saw her and I broke down. I said, it is so nice to see you. It is wonderful to see you. And it's like, I held her until I stopped crying. I said, it's so nice to see you. Thanks, Ken. It was so wonderful to see her. She didn't feel the same way about me. You know, she surprised me and everything. Cool. She came to my job. Cool. This is when I was still working over at Big Time Menswear. And, you know, she put on a good front. I thought it was, you know, but it wasn't. Where did all the time go? I tell you. Thank you for staying up with me here on Bedtime Stories. To Ronnie, to Ken Watlington, John Caldwell, even Troy Anthony, too. My sister from another Mr. Angie, to Elaine James, who was on earlier. And just everybody, thank you so much. Special thanks going out to my son. He said, almost your birthday. He said, hello, almost birthday boy. You're about to be 21 again. Like, yeah, again. And I love you too, son. Thank you so much. You know, that means a lot to me. It really does. Ronnie says, I don't need that love. Well, you know, you don't want the love that I can give you. That's definitely, that's for sure. Otherwise, you'd be sitting here right now, laying in the bed, waiting for me to get in the bedroom. But I understand, you know, like I tell some of these women, you just can't start at the top. You know, you got to work your way up, you know, with those other knuckleheads. And then you work your way up to, you know, real man. Because I'm definitely 100% real man, taught by real men. So I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there. So y'all keep talking about you too old, you too old, you too settled in your ways. You have too many women. I'm like, where are they at? They must be hiding in the closet or something. But it's cool. I understand. I understand. Trust me. You can't just start at the top, ladies. You got to work your way up. Because this is 100% beef over here. All right? All right. John calling out names. See? I didn't say no name. I didn't say no name at all. None. But that's one of them. But anyway, she didn't want no real man either. But it's cool, you know. I'm gonna be a good catch for somebody one day before I leave this earth. Thank you so much for staying up with me, for listening to me on Facebook, Rant and Rave, and of course on these fine radio stations, bigsradio.com, and of course WRLN. Even though I don't think I'm on there, but that's okay. I think I'm on there. But anyway, till next time, blue skies, green lights, and peace. Good night. Boom, boom, boom. And that's it, ladies and germs. Good night, all. And thanks for the food. I really appreciate it. Peace out.